This is your guide for eating at Tokyo Disney with allergies. I'm going to tell you it all. My allergies are gluten and dairy, so if you have a gluten and dairy allergy, this will be perfect for you. But this can apply to any allergies, how I ate there and where I ate and all that sort of stuff. So this information is good for any allergies, but if you're gluten and dairy free, it'll be a lot easier because it's exactly the same as me. If, like me, you want this also in written form, I did write an ebook with all this information. It'll be linked in the video if you would like to read it as well. Here's what you'll find inside this video. How to use the Tokyo Disney app to locate allergy-friendly meals, which restaurants I tried and my honest reviews, tips for ordering safely when there's a language barrier, what to pack, where to shop outside the parks and how to plan ahead, and final tips to give you peace of mind before you go. The Tokyo Disney app is your lifeline. You need to get familiar with this app before you go to the parks. If you need more information around the app, I've done an ultimate Tokyo Disney guide video, which you could check out as well, and that will explain the whole app. But make sure before you go to Tokyo Disney, you're familiar with the app, you've downloaded it already, you're all logged in, all that sort of thing, because it's essential for rides, booking restaurants, and ordering meals and everything. You really do need it, especially for allergies. Now, like honest truth, your options are limited. You can't just walk up to a counter like Disney World and say, I have allergies, can you make me a burger that's gluten and dairy free? So at Tokyo Disney and generally around Japan, they will not alter anything that's on the menu. So you cannot just get anything you want. You can only eat the allergy meal. And there's only like one per restaurant, per fast food place. So you don't have options. You've only got one choice. So for a lot of the places, there is one standard universal dietary option. That is the special dietary menu vegetable curry with rice or a vegetable stew. It costs around $9 Australian dollars. Now, I'm sure there's plenty of people who like this, but for me, I kind of hated it. I took a few bites and I couldn't do it. It's probably because I unfortunately got gluten the first week that I was in Japan. So we went to Disney on the second week. The first whole week I got gluten and was quite ill. And I could only eat plain rice for an entire week. So I was deficient in protein and everything else that I needed to keep my body going because I could only hold down rice. And then getting to Disney, the option was a meatless rice with maybe like 3 vegetables in it and like gravy over the top, like a curry sauce. That didn't work for me because I needed a much more substantial food to survive after having had a week of a bad situation. If you want to hear about that time of how I got gluten and all that sort of thing, let me know in the comments. Anyway, back to Disney though. So you'll know that that is the main option. It's the vegetable stew or vegetable curry. So at least you know that is an option that you can have. There is other options, and I'm going to tell you how to find those. It's really random, okay? It's the child set menu. So every single restaurant, almost every single fast food, some don't, but a lot of them have a child set menu. And that child set menu is also an allergy-free menu. So it doesn't have any of like the 26 major allergens. It is not what you would expect to eat. You're going to have to just accept the whimsy of this. It comes on a Mickey-shaped plate. You've got a cup of Jell-O and a juice pack. And the food is in like little bite-sized pieces. So you'll get like one little sausage, a piece of broccoli, maybe a little potato, and like a piece of chicken or something. It's definitely a little kid-sized portion, very cute, but it's the only way you can get around not just surviving on rice and vegetable stew, which I couldn't do. So I needed something else. I needed some protein and I wanted something different. So I found these children's set meals, which I had the entire 2 weeks I was there. Now, how do you know where the allergy meals are in what restaurant, what quick service place? I'm going to tell you how to find that out in the app. So you're going to open your Tokyo Disney app. You're going to pick your park, either Disneyland or DisneySea. Then on the home page, you're going to tap the food and drink icon. Then you're going to exit that menu and look at the park map. Tap a restaurant you're interested in. So pick and choose And then you're going to scroll all the way down past the drinks menu, and there you'll find the dietary food options. Tap the meal you're considering, and you'll see a detailed allergy list. At the very bottom, you'll find a link to a page showing all allergy meals available across quick service and table service restaurants in the park. Pro tip, I would bookmark a few restaurants you like to look up before your trip. That way you're not frantically scrolling while hungry and surrounded by popcorn buckets. Okay, you found your restaurant. You know where you want to eat. Now, how do you order and how do you communicate that allergy to the staff? You're going to use mobile order inside the app. So a lot of restaurants at Tokyo Disney require reservations. So plan out what you want to do for the day. As soon as you enter that park, book your lunch or dinner slot. Now, a tip is, when I find for allergies, is I would book off-peak, like have an early lunch or a late dinner, because it's a lot harder to navigate allergies when the restaurant is jam-packed and busy. If you don't have a reservation, you could be waiting a long time because restaurants fill up quickly, and in Japan, people take their time enjoying the ambience, so they're not rushing in and out to finish eating. So if you want to avoid the stress, book your spot early. This is what I did, and I found this easiest. You've booked your place, you go up to the restaurant, you go inside, right? Okay, best thing to do is have on your phone open that dietary picture that's in the app. Before, when I was showing you like restaurants and it says the menus and everything, that picture, have it open on your phone so that you can see it, right? Okay, you got it there. Then I would go to a staff member. Ideally, a lot of the times they'll have like a roaming staff member. So they'll have someone that's not at the counter taking orders. There'll be someone helping with queues or, someone walking around just checking things. I would try to do that, connect with them first, and show them the picture and say like allergy. A lot of the cast members don't speak English, and I found this was the best way to communicate with them because they knew what I was talking about. If I didn't have that and tried to explain allergy meal, there could be miscommunication, which is absolutely something you don't want when it comes to allergies. But when you show them the picture, they know what the picture is. They know what you're ordering. Often I found then they themselves took on the role of helping you order that allergy meal. I had someone take me through the queue themselves, and they explained that I needed the allergy meal and like walked me through the whole process. I was at another place where they went and got it for me and brought it to me. If you can't find a cast member, just go up to the counter. Same thing. That picture is going to save your life really then in a very fast-paced moving queue. Picture. You will need that to communicate. It's just going to be so much easier. Crucial part, okay? They are going to bring out a tablet to you for you to read and sign. This is going to have a huge list of allergies. They're going to want you to tick which ones are your allergies. And then they're going to do the whole, it will say, there could be cross-contamination. They can't, they'll do their best and all that sort of thing. And then they're going to get you to sign. Crucial though, if they don't bring this tablet out to you, it means that there's been a miscommunication and you are not getting an allergy meal. You absolutely 100% have to have been given this tablet, and you have to tick those boxes and sign. That's going to be your assurance that they understand that you need this dietary meal. If you have not signed it, establish it until you sign that tablet, because something's been miscommunicated. I had this. I went to a restaurant, like a sit-down proper restaurant inside Disneyland. And I did the whole thing. I had the picture out. I pointed to it. I got the vibe. The lady was a bit confused why I was ordering from the kids menu. And she walked off and then started bringing me my drinks and that sort of stuff. And I just felt like something wasn't right, that she hadn't understood me properly. So when she came back, I showed her the picture again and was just like dietary. And it she was like, oh, dietary. And then got the tablet, did all that. And I was like, okay, phew. So you can sometimes vibe if you feel like, oh, I don't know if that was communicated correctly by me. So important, must have a tablet. All right, I'm going to tell you the places that I ate and if I would eat there again or if I'd recommend them. Okay, first one is called East Side Cafe, and that is in Disneyland. It's a table service, Italian-inspired sit-down restaurant located on Main Street and the World Bazaar. It was really funny going into this restaurant because it was a quite nice restaurant, and I was being given the kids' meal. So on the Mickey plate and that sort of thing, you get some looks, but it's okay. The food was delicious, but the portion size because it's a kid's meal. It was quite small. And because it was a sit down meal, everything did take longer to get to you. In which case, I probably wouldn't eat there again, just because I think I kind of felt a little out of place. Because it was, you absolutely, it's not like upper class, but like it felt a little too fancy for me, considering I normally eat at like the Snuggly Duckling or something, you know, like a much more themed restaurant. It was different to be like at an Italian restaurant being served a kid's meal. And it was so good, but like the portion was so small, I wanted like 5 times that. And it just took longer. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you're like, I am dying to be inside in the air conditioning or in the heat, depending on what season you're in, and I just want to sit down in a nice space for a while, then great, good for you. I probably prefer more quick service where it's not so much sit down, because I think I'm kind of a move, keep going kind of girl. So just my thought, but very lovely. Food was great. Then we have the Queen of Hearts Banquet Hall. This is in Disneyland, and this is my absolute all-time favorite place that I've ever been to, because that theming, it's, you have to go just to experience it. The theming is out of this world, and it's so Disney, and it's so fantasy and fairy tale, and oh my gosh, like I just go for the ambience more than the food, honestly. This place is very popular because I think it's the best themed restaurant in the park. So when I ate lunch, I ate kind of at like 10:30 in the morning, because kind of by like 11:30 onwards, the line was like out the door and like all the way around to like It's a Small World. So just keep that in mind. Again, kids meal, so everything's going to be in little portions. It's a kids meal again, but the food was great. I loved the little portion of like chicken and potato and sausage and all that sort of thing. And sometimes I just wish they would like give you like a bucket of like the chicken because it was good chicken. Now for DisneySea, I went to Volcania Restaurant. I think that's how it's pronounced. This one was really cool. I wasn't really expecting it. It's in the Mysterious Island section of DisneySea. It's in the volcano area. It's very like kind of like steampunky underground. It was delightfully cool and quiet, which was so nice, because it was a bit hot that day when I went. Again, kids meal, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. The next one was Anna and Elsa's Royal Banquet. The theming in this is wild. Like Tokyo Disney just knows how to do theming, of course, and there's no different for their restaurants. There's so many different rooms that you can go and sit in that are all themed differently. So depending on what sort of theme you feel like, you can go and pick your room, which I just love. It's so cool. I did make a mistake though. I sort of spontaneously decided to go, and I went at peak lunch at like 12 or 12:30. Oh, disaster. I didn't get to go in like the room I probably would want to go in. I kind of was like sidelined into the back room, one of the back rooms, and there was just a screaming child for like the whole 30 minutes I was sitting there. She didn't let up. The poor angel, she was just screaming. So, and then when there's a lot of people tend to cough and sneeze a lot more around you. And I don't know, I have a very visceral reaction to people in close proximity to me, coughing and sneezing open air. And especially around my food, which I think is fair, right? There's a lot of that. So I would definitely recommend going off peak. If I was doing it again, I would be like 11 a.m. or something, not peak. Would I eat there again? This one was different. This one was more expensive. So all the other meals that I got were kind of around the $10 range, maybe $10 to $12 range. This one was $20, so it was on the higher end, but it came different. Even though it was still the kids' meal, it came on like a tray, and it had a lot more food on it, which was really good. The food was interesting. There was like one potato salad that at the time I didn't know was a potato salad, and I couldn't eat it. I don't know what it was. It was an interesting taste. And I love eating food. I love exploring and eating anything. And I don't know. It wasn't great, but everything else was so beautiful. There was like this salmon salad, and they had a bread roll, which was really nice, soft and beautiful. And it was filling, honestly, which is great. They had a lot of little different things. So if I was going for a more hearty meal, then I would go there and I would go there again. All right, for the worst meal, the Snuggly Duckling, which breaks my heart because the Snuggly Duckling is probably one of the, maybe the best themed restaurant in DisneySea. It's Tangled themed. It is, every ounce of it is perfection. Like down to the chairs. The chairs are like Snuggly Duckling themed. Like I kind of want to be like, go order something like really small, like fries or something, so you can go in and like experience it. But the food, oh God. So at there, they do not have the kids' meal as the allergy meal. So I couldn't get the normal kids' meal. I had to get the stew. I couldn't eat it. It was just, to me, it wasn't for me. The problem was though, although Gene, my husband, he also got a normal meal, not dietary. And it was like one of the worst things he's ever eaten. He couldn't finish it. It was bad. So unfortunately, just the food all around was not top tier, quite low. So I wouldn't recommend spending all that money on a proper meal there. There's definitely other places that taste better. Yeah, unfortunately, the food wasn't good. Ambience, like 100 out of 10. Ambience is amazing. Food is like 1 out of 10. Those are the places I ate, and I would have eaten at a lot more of the places, but I actually, going into the parks, didn't know about this kids meal. I thought it was just the stew. So the first day that we went to DisneySea, and I got the stew from the Snuggly Duckling, and I couldn't eat it. And then I was like, oh no, I'm going to be at Disney for 2 weeks. And it was over 2 different weeks. So it was like 1 week, and then I came back another time and went for another week. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? Because I can't eat this stew. And I don't know what else I'm going to eat. So for the first few days, I didn't eat, maybe even the first week, I didn't eat at the theme park because I didn't know there was any other options. Then going through the app and really scouring through, I realized that the kids' meal was the dietary meal as well, and I could eat other stuff. And that's when I started being adventurous, which is hard for me because I have severe allergies and they're life-threatening, and it makes me nervous to eat anywhere. But I did it, I pushed through, and I found some places. So this year, we're going to be going back again, and I will try out a bunch more for you guys. So feel free if you have any questions about that. If you're like, oh, I've seen this place, can you try that for me, or let me know, or anything like that, please drop it in the comments and I'll try it out for you and let you know if it tastes good or what the ambience is like, prices, all that sort of thing. Let me know, or just give me a suggestion if you've been somewhere and you're like, this is the best themed, or you should have a drink here, or you should do that. Let me know. I love suggestions. This is what I'm doing for you, and so hopefully you can do it back for me. Eating outside the parks. So this is where it becomes difficult if you've got severe allergies, because there's not a whole lot of options. So you do have to really quite think through what you're going to do. You've got a place called Expiry, which is on the monorail line. And it is like Disney Springs, but like in just a shopping complex, like a mall. They do have a lot of food options there, lots of restaurants and stuff. But because none of the restaurants can change anything, I wasn't really sure what I could eat. So I didn't really try anything. So if anyone has been to Expiry with severe food allergies and has found gluten and dairy free, can you let me know? Because like I walked around and looked, but nothing stood out as being like, yes, we can cater for you. So I didn't find anything there. There is like a small grocery store, which I did buy a few things like some salad ingredients and some lunch meat to put on bread and that sort of thing. So you can do that. Also, depending on where you stayed, I stayed at the Grand Nico, which I will forever rave about being just one of the best hotels I've ever stayed at. They have their own convenience store inside there. So there's some onigiri and there's like a minor stuff that you could eat. They also have a communal microwave inside the shop, the convenience store, which saved my life because I brought some stuff from home, like reheatable rice packs and some like noodles and different things that you can put in the microwave. And there's no microwaves inside bedrooms. So it's great to have a communal microwave. I didn't see a lot of places that had that. So that was exceptional. Also, across the street, literally just across the street from Grand Nico, is the Hilton. They also have a small convenience store, a Lawson's inside there, which also has like onigiri and some little choice, not a lot of choice, but like some things, like some lunch meats, some things that you could put together to eat. So those are options. I would stay at a hotel that has a convenience store attached or very close so that you can still eat as well, right? If you're not inside the parks, because the park doesn't stay open late. Neither does Expiry. They both close by like 9 p.m. sharp. So you know, if you're at the park all day and you still want to eat something after, you're going to have thought that through. Now, because you have an allergy, you are allowed to bring food into the parks. You're not allowed to bring like full meals, but like you can bring in onigiri or fruit or sandwiches or all that sort of thing. There's no problem with that. Dietary, you are allowed to in Japan. So same with like if you're going to Universal Studios, if you're going into like theme parks, they're like, we don't want you to bring outside food, but you can if you have dietary. So you can, don't worry about that. Don't stress. I brought in a lot of like muesli bars and just things to keep me alive, protein bars, that sort of stuff, just as backup if I couldn't find food, which is always helpful, right? Emergency, always keep your backup food. Okay, I think I've said everything. Please let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything else I missed. I will clarify or let you know what my thoughts are. If you would like me to tell you about my experience with gluten and dairy-free eating in Japan, I can. It wasn't great. It was quite hard for me, so I don't want to like scare anyone off. So if you want me to talk about it, I will absolutely make a video, but I don't want it to be like, it was a struggle for me. I think going back, I have a better understanding of everything, and I think I can navigate it better a second time, which I'm excited to try, but it's not easy. When it's severe life-threatening allergies and there's not, and there's different languages being spoken, like it's just a given. But yeah, happy to chat about that with you if you would like me to just tell you, so I guess you know what to expect. As always, I love making these videos for you. I love giving you as much information as I can because I love getting that information. So I so appreciate when you guys make videos and I can watch them and learn, and vice versa. So let me know anything. Feel free to grab that ebook if you want to read through everything that I've said. I also have another ebook, which is Ultimate, like big book about Ultimate Guide to Tokyo Disney with all the information that I learned. I also have another ebook about eating at Disney World if you want any information about that. Oh, and Universal at Orlando. That'll all be in my description, so feel free. I have an ultimate guide to Tokyo Disney video, which I think you should watch now. It's really good.